Halifax Historical Museum in Daytona Beach, in the old downtown Daytona Beach. It was originally the Merchants Bank building, built in 1910 and designed by William B. Talley in a Greek Revival Beaux Arts style. It was renovated in 1926. Let's go on inside and take a look at their collection of the history of Daytona Beach. Okay, and this is so this is a replica of the bank teller's area.
This was brought in when they opened the museum to add to the look and vision.
And then number 5 is original. And the interior of the bank is filled with a number of stained glass windows. And some of the magnificent murals featured along the walls of the old bank museum. And this is the bank vault. This is a collection of Timucuan pottery dating back at least to the 16th century and earlier. And the Timucuan used some shells, like this particular shell was used as a bowl. Dates back to about 1500 AD. This one was used as a horn. These artifacts date back to the early first Spanish period. Some of these items are from the 1600s. Some early 18th century Spanish items. This rapier was a reproduction. And these artifacts date back to the British period, the plantations during the 1820s up until the Second Seminole War, the 1830s. Mostly sugar plantations. Some Civil War artifacts, including a mini rum keg, some Confederate States of America currency, a Bible, a stereoscopic viewer that dates back to 1880, copper and brass water heater, and a pipe rack with long-stemmed pipes. Family Bible dating back to 1877. And a 19th century quilt. 19th century clothing for young ladies. These outfits date from the 1870s. Some interesting headwear. And boots for children. And an alligator claw purse. By the end of the 18th century, the Timucuan Indians besieged by European village Nilgaroko along the some vintage glass, blue crystal from the 1880s. Silver tea set. Depression glass from the 1930s. When the French Huguenots reached the Florida coast in 15th, some old cameras dating back mostly mid 20th century. It was one of the largest rice and indigo plantations in the area. And some older on the bottom here, circa 1920s AGFA. This grandfather clock was constructed in Germany in 1880. This dates back to the 1850s and was located in Jackson's store on Beach Street in the old town Daytona. Some vintage 1930 radios that every lower middle class family would have. And this display is dedicated to Mayor Charles Grover Burgoyne, Daytona Beach. It includes some items associated with him, and not exactly his hat, but one typical, the type that he wore. This splendid gilded Victrola was the home of Mayor Burgoyne. This display is dedicated to Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, who founded Bethune-Cookman University.
In 1904, Mary McLeod Bethune, the
It includes some of her personal items.
$50 in her pocket and a dream of building a school for blacks.
Display of 19th century medical equipment, including some medicines. This is the private desk of Harrison Garfield Rhodes, who lived 1871 to 1929. He was an author, playwright, and publisher, and perhaps wrote some of his works on this typewriter. This is a telephone switchboard dating back to 1940. It was in the Daytona Hotel. This is a model of the Daytona boardwalk area as it appeared during the 1930s. Some of these features are still here, including the what they call the Sir Malcolm Tower now, clock tower, and the bandstand where performances are still held. And late 19th century items one would find in a middle-class home, including some chamber pots, spittoons, some more of the firehouse memorabilia, some vintage fire equipment, and the 1920s era Daytona Beach Firehouse is right across the street. This is a model of the Hotel Ormond that was built in 1888 and was torn down in 1992. It was a wooden hotel that catered to the wealthy of the North who came to winter in Florida. Some vintage surfboards. It's over here. World War II. This is a Viet Cong flag from the Vietnam War. Some Vietnam War equipment. Special Forces uniform, 1963. Some fancy dresses. The one on the left is from 1860s, and the one on the right is from 1901. And some Spanish-American War. Mementos and equipment. Some vintage hats, ladies' hats. The early years of auto racing, 1903 to 1920. A lot of speed records were broken on Ormond Beach, and Silver Bullet. Some English drivers, Sir Harry Seagrave and others, broke these records. And these are some models of some of these early cars. Some more race car models from the early days of speed. Sir Malcolm Campbell was one of the pioneers of speed. He set the world record in 1932, going 253 miles an hour. It's his hat and goggles. This is a plaster cast of the man himself. And this is the Bluebird race car that he made famous in speed. And some famous racers from the early days of Daytona, when it was a beach and a road course. Half the course was on the beach, 1936, 1958, before they built the Daytona Speedway.